This is John D. Rockefeller, owner of Standard Oil. He was deregulated because he had a monopoly on oil. With a personal net wealth of $225 billion, he appears to be the richest man America has ever had in terms of dollars, but that was the equivalent of $1 trillion in his time. In John's spare time, he set up the American educational system. Here's a quote: "I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers." This is Edward Bernays, a psychiatrist and the nephew of Freud. Worked heavy in advertisement. He made this statement: if the state wanted to expend the time, money, and energy and could catch children in the formidable years, they could convince an entire generation that snow was black, and anybody that said it was white was a conspiracy theorist. Daniel Ellsberg was working for the Rand Corporation inside the Pentagon when he took some papers that later became known as the Pentagon Papers. How much do you really know about what's going on in the universe you live in? The truth is, you only know what you've been told or what you found out on your own. Well, we found out through the Pentagon Papers that they were carrying on an entire war, and we didn't know anything about it. They were bombing Laos and Cambodia, and not by just a little bit. They had dropped 130 million bombs on a little country of Laos. So what do we do about this outrageousness? Well, the first thing we do is charge Daniel Ellsberg with espionage, right? Well, that didn't quite flush back then, but they tried it again here with Julian Assange. I'll tell you now, if we don't somehow find a way to free Julian Assange, we will never know the truth about anything again. Everything you've been told about Ukraine and Russia is a lie. Russia did not bomb their own damn pipeline. They can cut off their own pipeline. They don't have to bomb it. Now, Europe won't have gas for the winter. You think that won't manufacture consent to take over Russia? Somebody has control over our Pentagon. Somebody has control over our media. Somebody has control over the information. Now, if we don't rise up, join hands, and take back over, we've had it. JFK's famous speech about secret organizations came shortly before his shooting, but the main thing that got him killed was he was going to end the Vietnam War and break up the CIA. After his brother was killed, Robert Kennedy was going to do the same thing. So he got a bullet in his head. Shortly after, Giancana with the Mafia said, "This shows there's no white hats and black hats. We're all in the same boat." The purpose of the media over the past 30 years is to divide Americans over social issues like where transvestites should go to the bathroom and things that no more matter than the man on the moon. The military-industrial complex, Big Pharma, and oil are directing our government to do horrendous things like kill people all over the world. We've got to band together, okay, stop voting R&D, and take this country back. Not by force, not by violence, but through the courts. It's now or never. The most highly decorated Marine in history, General Smedley Butler. After 35 years, he wrote the book, War is a Racket. He realized he was killing people all over the world for just the very things I've been telling you about. He's been marginalized, that you can't even find his book. He says way back then, the military was being used for corporations. My guess is YouTube will make it so this video can't even be seen. However, I'm not going to sit on my ass and watch America go down the drain without at least saying so. Give me liberty or give me death.